Acquiring online coaching clients is easier than you think. You actually don't need a website, you don't need complex funnels, email automation, SMS automation, or anything like that. There's a much easier way to get clients and much cheaper way to get new clients that I want to share with you today. It's called IG Acquisition Framework that online coaches making $40,000 per month, even $100,000 per month plus are using to scale their businesses, because it's the most scalable way to grow your online coaching business as of today. So how do I know this? I've spent well over $5 million on ads in the last 5 years. I've scaled multiple businesses, and this method is completely off the charts. Like, I've never seen return on ad spend as I see with this framework. So without further ado, let's get started. The IG Acquisition Framework. Before you actually implement the actual framework, there are certain things you need to do before you even start. So the first and the most important thing that you have to do before you implement this is be extremely clear on who your ideal client is. So define your ideal client persona. What that is the age, gender, their interests, their problems, and so on. Then you need to provide value content. You need to break their beliefs, and you need to address their pain points. It's not enough to show how to do a certain exercise. When it's for everyone, it's for no one. And that's what most coaches do. They don't have the ideal client persona defined, and then they create this content that is literally for everyone. And you can go on YouTube and find how to do a certain exercise. No one really goes on Instagram trying to find it. Let's say your target audience is a male who is between 45 and 55 and works a corporate job and has lower back problems. You would create content speaking directly to that person and talking about how to alleviate their lower back problems. And this way you're going to build authority. So you're talking about their pain point, and then you are showing how to solve it. So that builds authority. And then in terms of belief breaking, there are certain beliefs that they currently have that they need to break in order to work with you. So with your content, you need to constantly break those. And of course, that comes down to value content so that it is actually valuable. Then messaging. So you need to be clear on your messaging. When you have your ideal client persona, you talk about their pain points. You need to speak in a way that really speaks to them. Finally, you need to optimize your Instagram bio. So there are 4 things that you need to include: what you do, so who you help, call to action, VSL, and you need to include social proof. So these are the 4 things that you need to implement. Once you have all of this nailed down, the next step is paid ads. And it's not going to be paid ads when you send people to your website and then you need to improve conversion rate on your website, and then you need to record this VSL, and then you need to have email automation, and it's none of that. Like, you don't need any of that. That used to work back in 2018, 2020, that time frame. Now it really doesn't work, and you have to spend a lot of money to acquire customers. So you're gonna run those ads to your ideal client persona, and specifically Instagram ads. Why Instagram ads? Because they allow you to target your ideal client pretty much to a T. So once you have that winning ad created, you run it to your ideal client, and once they see your ad, like the winning ad that you created, they're gonna visit your profile. From there, you have this, what I call filter, with your value content, with the crafted messaging and social proof. So at this point, you really want to repel people who are not your target audience. Like, you don't need additional followers that are unqualified. It's just a number that means nothing. Instead, you need to focus on quality followers that can become your clients. It's better to have 1,000 followers who are your target audience than 50,000 followers who are just randos. Because 1,000 followers can actually convert into tens of thousands of dollars, whereas 50,000 followers, they're not going to convert into clients because they're not your target audience. So focus on that. And why I put here everyone is because you will still get some people following you from your organic content that you post, from the value that you provide some. And also when you run ads, until Instagram optimizes itself, you will still receive some people who are not your ideal clients, but most of them should be your ideal client. Once you have that filter, you filter out the people, then you turn them into a follower. And from that point, we get to the second point where they are going to be nurtured. At this point, you are going to engage them in a DM, in a one-on-one conversation. You're going to send them to VSL, and you're going to engage them with your content. So there are kind of the 3 pillars. And as you can see, the arrows go from DM and from content to VSL. So from the content, you should direct at least once a week to your video sales letter, and then of course it's on your profile, one of the first things that I mentioned, and the DM. So there will be times when people are going to ask you something, and instead of explaining everything, you're going to send them to VSL. From there, you're going to get booked appointment. And this is very important, this part right here, appointment confirmation. You're going to get a lot of people who say, yeah, I booked an appointment, but you need to have a confirmation. They need to confirm it, because you're going to get a lot of people who book an appointment and don't show up. So you might as well have that. And this way you're going to have, like, again, people who are not serious, they're going to drop off, they're not going to confirm, and then there's no point of you wasting your time, because your time is valuable. From there, for those people who are serious, you're going to have sales calls. There are going to be people who are not committed, they don't have the money to pay you. From there, they're going to go back into that nurture phase. And one of the things I do have to mention is you have to follow up with them after a couple of months, because things change in their lives, and they might not have had the money back then, but they might have the money now. So you might as well follow up. And of course, you're going to nurture them with a VSL, and sometimes you won't even need to follow up with them, because they will contact you themselves, because you've provided so much value that they actually want to work with you, and they see you as the only solution to their problem. Most of the coaches miss this part. They don't have cross-sell. So the problem with that is you're limiting yourself, you're limiting your average order value. One of the key aspects of growing a business is your average order value. And that's one of the reasons why I managed to build a business to $1.2 million in the first year of its operations, is because we really focused on increasing average order value and lifetime value. So here you really need to think about something that you can add to sell them. So for example, one of the coaches that is on the program is actually coaching people who have Down syndrome, and most of those people need to work with their carers or their parents. So at that point, when they're already sold, they want to move forward, he says, hey, I also offer training programs for carers and parents, and it's going to be additional $500. It's going to be tailored so you can work out alongside the person that has Down syndrome, so you can also improve your health and fitness. And at that point, he adds additional $500 to the order value. The thing is, not everyone signs up, and that is okay. But even if 1 out of 5 people signs up, you add on average $100 per order. So that is really, really good. And imagine when you add volume to that, it's 10 people and you made an additional $1,000. From there, you're going to go to onboarding, and that is extremely important part, because onboarding is one of the most important kind of parts of your actual program and your service, because if onboarding sucks, they're not going to be happy. And imagine this, so you buy something for $2,000 or $3,000 and they tell you, okay, I'm going to send you a program after 7 days. So now we have all your details, we're going to send you a program after 7 days. And then day 3 and you're like, yeah, I paid $3,000 and I still have nothing. So I might as well ask for a refund. That's why you have to provide value and sense of accomplishment as soon as possible. Add them to your app, give some sort of generic program, provide them something of value so that they feel that they received something that they paid for. So that is very, very important. Then add them to your community or whatever else you offer, and then provide good product or service and support. That is, again, one of the most important things. And we have here referrals. But if your product sucks, if your service sucks, you're gonna have bad reviews that are gonna damage your business. So make sure that doesn't happen. And note to add here, once you start scaling, once you start implementing this system, you're gonna really start to scale your business, and your product and your service is gonna take a hit. Having 10 clients is quite different to having 100 clients. That's why you need to really take it step by step, so you can actually build the systems that you need to support the clientele that you're taking on. Because the last thing you want is onboarding loads of clients and then you cannot fulfill what you sold, and then you're going to have bad reviews and you're going to have to give refunds. So you don't want to do that. From there, once you have a good product, you have service, so everything is sorted internally, you get outstanding client results. So that's the main goal. You want to provide amazing results. And as I mentioned, referrals, always ask people, Do you know someone just like you who I could help? This is gonna make them feel I'm that ideal client. They wanna work with people like me, and they are much more likely to find someone who is just like them and refer them to you. So make sure to do that, because it's crazy to me how many coaches don't do that, and that's just something that can get you clients literally for free. When you have great results, you have to ask for testimonials. Testimonials are very, very important because you can plug them back into your content. And testimonials in the content actually shows that you're good at what you do. Like, your clients actually achieve results. Also with the community, to share their small wins or something that happened that's interesting, that's of value, and that would be of value to others as well. So share on that. This way you're going to attract more people who want to join your program and join that community and achieve the results that your clients are achieving. So once all of that is done, you need to think about upsell programs. You want your clients to achieve outstanding results, but you don't want to lose them at that point. That's why you have to think about something else that you can sell them on. So think about the upsell program and tell them, like, okay, you reached this point and you're amazing. It's time for you to take this next step, and this would really help you out. So sell on a bigger program, a better program. So let's say if you're only selling on training program, sell them on nutrition program, mentorship, like in terms of mentality and their stuff like that. So you know what you can offer best. So think about what you can sell. This is the whole IG acquisition framework. So to recap, be extremely detailed about your ideal client persona, provide value, break beliefs, and address pain points and solutions to those pain points. Be crystal clear on your messaging and optimize your Instagram bio. From there, run ads to your ideal client with a winning ad. Make sure that you ask them for a follow once they visit your profile. Your content has to filter out people who don't qualify and get more people of those who qualify, turn them into followers, DM, VSL content, get them on a sales call, add something else for them to buy, and then onboarding, which includes providing sense of accomplishment and value as soon as possible, community, good product and service. If you need help implementing all of this, there's a link in the description. You can schedule a call with me, and I'm gonna see if I can help you at your stage of business. This is mostly for people who are making at least $1,000 per month. So most of the coaches who join the program make between $1,000 to $5,000 per month. They're usually stuck at that point, but there are also coaches who are making $10,000 and $20,000 per month. So whichever business stage you're at, make sure to schedule a call if you need help. And if you're still below $1,000, you need to make sure that you scale up to 1K, and then we can start working together. Follow me on Instagram, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.